Somebody said Trump's birthday parade could have been an email, and now I can't stop laughing.
Fuckity fuck.
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish.
Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel for all of our Patreon supporters on the day of recording. It is Monday. We're not recording on Wednesdays throughout the summer. And who knows, maybe in the fall we might just stick to a Monday schedule, but that is to be determined. But anyway, we are queer. We're here. Get used to it. We're back. My name is Tom. I'm your host, and as always, I'm in the studio with my amazing co-host, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all. Nick or Trish.
She is Matt for days, and
J-Bear, a.k.a. your boyfriend's boyfriend.
And welcome you all back to our dish episode. So it's been a while.
No, it hasn't. It's been a week.
I know it has. It feels like it's been a whole eternity because there's a lot of things happening.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, and it's. But we're here. We're here. So anyway, why don't we start with you, Jay?
What?
Round table. How are you? You didn't do anything.
I'm good. Good.
So for those of you who don't know, Jay has this thing. He is addicted to videos, and he's addicted.
They all know.
Yeah.
You should know by now. And whatever you do, don't engage him personally because you'll be victimized.
I was asking him
Just
a question.
because I think of you guys all day doesn't mean I don't.
We love you. We do. We honestly.
I was asking you a
Just not
question
the
earlier.
just not the videos.
No, I was asking you a question earlier, and you said, I got it. And then you stared at me for like a couple minutes, and I was like, Jay? Like, are you there?
Are you there? What happened? You went blank.
So here's the thing. It's not that I don't love the videos. I actually enjoy your videos when I watch them on one platform. Pick one.
Pick one. I do. I'm down to one with you, bitches.
Is he lying?
No. Yes.
Which
Yes.
one?
I get Facebook. I get Instagram. I don't know. I don't think we get it in the messages anymore.
No, see,
Yeah.
I'm cutting down a little bit.
So, but the thing is, so he found this new series, okay? And I want you to tell us, tell me a little bit about Bigfoot blogs.
Bigfoot. Well, basically, it's AI generated, and it's basically Bigfoot going through some adventures, and some of them are hilarious.
From
It's
what
just funny.
From what it seems, though, it looks like they're all hilarious because you were watching. So we were upstairs in a span of 20 minutes. All he did was cackle out loud. Look at his face. Look at his face. That's all he does.
It's hilarious. I love stupid shit. So, whatever breaks up the monotony of every.
I hope your wife doesn't listen to the show.
Oh,
no,
my God.
I don't
love
think she
stupid
does.
shit.
I love stupid shit. I love stupid shit. Trust me, she
Wow,
hate, she
Trish.
yeah.
Wow.
That was a dig. Wow. She got skinny and she got catty.
Girl,
What are you talking about?
Meow.
I'm not
No.
skinny.
look at
We
your
talked
forehead.
about this. She is a match.
Yeah. I'm going to get you a whole bucket of that.
Yeah.
I already ordered it.
She can swim dive into that shit in the morning.
No, it's the ice plunge
It's
first.
the ice plunge.
So anyway, how are you, darling?
Good. Not too bad. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out
Daddy's
there.
Day.
And all the daddies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was decent. It wasn't too bad.
I'm a daddy because I have dogs.
Yeah.
You
Happy Dog Daddy's Day, I guess, right?
It works.
I'm a daddy because I have 8 nephews. 8 nephews and nieces.
Wow. You surpassed me by one already.
It better be the last.
It better be.
That's insane.
Yeah. But it wasn't bad. It was a good weekend. Spent it with my mom for Father's Day. I don't change my routine. My girls wanted to do something, and I was like, nope. It's just, I have my dedicated weekends until the time comes that I don't, so But
Sorry,
it
I was having a moment.
Yeah, it was a decent weekend. It wasn't too bad.
Well, that's good. Did you get any good
Laid
gifts?
back. I got a swinging, like a hammock style camping chair.
I was hoping he wasn't going to say I got a
Sex
swinging
swing?
dildo.
Yeah.
Aldi, they were having a sale.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Okay.
No, he
'Cause-
probably got it from what's that other store that you always go to? You said like, oh, just go to
What? Timo?
no, God, don't order from Temu, people, please.
Why not? I order from them all the time.
No, you always go to what's the one that used to be on the post road? It's now a baseball thing.
Oh, it's Ocean State.
Ocean State Job Lot.
Yeah.
That's like his favorite store.
Yeah. They have cheap shit. My motto is Ocean State, check the date.
Oh my God.
'Cause unfortunately, I've bought some crackers one time they were stale as
A little
fuck.
stale.
Yeah.
Well,
They were like a year old.
that's
but
a typical gay
A year
bisexual
old?
man. We never ever check what we put in our mouth.
I do.
I do.
Tom, you have something to
Depends
tell
on
the
what
group?
we're. Yeah, that's only you and your
Listen,
glory holes.
Welcome to Wisteria Lane.
one glory hole, and it's for one person. Oh my God!
That he'll admit to.
Do I have to explain this?
And now he's
No.
got cameras all over, so God only knows.
I don't know.
Has
Your
an
address
OnlyFans.
came up on CT Glory Holes.
It
so-
did actually.
It did not. It did not. Wisteria Lane is not on there.
No.
I mean, it could be, but it's not mine. Unless somebody else is trying to give me competition, but you know there is none.
Down the
but-
block, then this bitch will have to go
So,
and cut her.
but I feel like you put it out there.
The neighbors are mine.
You put my business out there, so now I have to sort of kind of explain it a little bit. So
No, you don't.
I do. I feel like I do. So the issue is I have a friend. And this friend and I have been, we role play. And one of his role playing requests was, I want you to do a glory hole. And I come in and I'm going to pay you. And so immediately I got inquisitive. Okay, well, how much you going to pay me? He's like, I'll give you like $5. I was like, no, bitch, I want 50. You're not going to add a zero to that shit. And he's like, all right, fine. And so
I feel like I had 2 zeros.
Well,
but I wasn't going to be the dick is good. Okay. So that pays for itself.
that was,
And plus,
the dick is worth 49, 49, what is it? 450.
spam calls. No, but the D is good. So I ended up saying, okay, fine, I'll do it. And so I took this sheet, this flat sheet that I don't use. It's a color that I don't like. So I cut a hole in it and then I hung it up with 2 nails on one of my doorways and I created a glory hole for him. And so whenever he's in town, he gets to play out his fantasy of visiting a glory hole. And
Hey.
I make $50.
Now,
And
wait,
so the first time.
what do you do though? Do you put your butt up against the hole?
No, okay, well, it's not that nasty. Like, if
That sex out of a window nasty.
So I look at it this way. If you're going to penetrate me, we're in a bed. I need to be comfortable. I need to be prepared. I need to, clean out, do all that good stuff that we should be doing, responsibly with responsible products like, Dr. G's amazing, butt clean out. You got the powder
Future
packs.
method.
Yeah, of course. Future method. So I need to be prepared for all of that. So I can't do that through a glory hole, because I'm comfortable. I'm a big boy. I can't bend over and stay in that position for quite a long time.
Good point.
So no, that's not happening. So it's all oral. And and so the first time we did it, he did his business, paid me, and then walked the fuck out. I had to go chase him and be like, no, bitch, we're not finished. Like,
That was
I
just
still
the start.
I still have needs. I was like, come back through the front door because we got some work to do. So
That's all he wanted.
yeah, so I sort of kind of ruined his first experience, but then I made it up in the second. I was like, fine, you can pay me and just go. Come see me tonight. I'll be ready for you.
Ew.
And that's
Yeah,
pretty
go
much the
hang
whole
out,
gist
rest up, and come back later.
of the glory hole. So I have a glory hole, but it's for one person. It's not like an open like door.
Policy.
Anybody who wants to come and participate in the glory hole can do that.
Yeah.
Like Jesus,
Alrighty
people.
then. So yeah,
So yeah, that. Trish,
Yeah.
how are you?
I'm fine.
she's not glory hole fine, but she's fine.
Are you rested from all of the craziness of Gala yet?
No.
No, why not?
Because I had shows all weekend long. I'm fucking exhausted.
Yeah, but now
I was at the theater every day, all day, Thursday through Sunday, and Monday through Thursday. Wednesday was regular work.
and it's like,
That seems like a lot of work.
yeah, but it seems like that's all you do.
It is all I do, but
Yeah.
it's gonna slow down now.
Yeah, so you're good. So are you looking forward to having a slow summer? Any plans? Are you going to do anything for the summer?
No, I don't know. I'm well. Here's the thing. I want to, but I
want
also
to.
want to buy a house. So
You
I
do.
think that's probably gonna take the majority of my summer.
Yeah,
Because I don't want to spend.
that takes time.
Yeah, and I don't want to spend money traveling, even though would I love to get away? Yes. Right now, I think my focus should be more on really trying to secure the next step in my life.
Right. And you know what? I'm very proud of you for taking that step. I know it was a little bit abrupt when I was like, just go, do it.
Yeah, fucking
But-
asshole.
Yeah, but you need to.
But the thing
once you're in, you're in.
Right. Because here's the thing.
It's like jumping into cold waters.
You are literally paying someone else's mortgage
Yeah.
and you have nothing to show for it. Right. That person, she's going to find someone else to rent your apartment, which by the way, it's gorgeous. But you need to, if you're going to be paying that much rent on your own, let it be a mortgage
And it's gonna go up again. Ugh.
and let it,
Exactly.
let it build
Once you
equity
lock
for
in,
you.
once you lock into a mortgage, it's your payment. You know what
Right.
I mean?
That's it.
It doesn't go up every couple of years.
It actually does,
A little bit, but
not
not-
your mortgage.
Yeah.
What happens is, depending on what town you live in, you might have, for example, your sewage, your taxes, your insurance rolled into your mortgage, and that's what makes it variable, right? So your mortgage stays the same, but for example, we just had a reassessment done in West Haven. My taxes went up by $2,000.
They do their reassessments like every 5 years in
Yes.
West Haven.
So
And West Haven has like 52 fucking fire departments, which I don't get.
I know.
and the mill rate is based on how many fire departments
Well,
are in your district.
yeah,
Did you hear? So what? The fire department thing. So West Haven was calling for a vote to downsize the fire departments.
unify or at least get one chief.
Yeah.
Like, why
You
do
know
we
what
need
they
15
did?
chiefs?
The fire departments did.
What?
They blocked the streets with the trucks so people couldn't get to the
To the voting polls.
Exactly.
Girl, I would have walked there if I had to.
No, it was more of like I think the council was
Yeah,
voting on it.
yeah.
But
Right.
but either way, I was just like, wow, that's some shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
welcome to West Haven, Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Not
lived,
yet.
I lived
You will
out,
be able to
yeah.
hopefully say that soon, but not
Yeah.
yet.
I did that for a few years, so I'm familiar with West Haven and all the mill rate.
Yeah, I have to tell you, and I know
Shit
that
show.
we've talked about this on the show before. I didn't think that I would ever be buying property in
Your
Connecticut?
lifetime?
in Connecticut, period. My whole idea was like, you know what, I'll rent. It's easier. It's like, but I have never, ever, ever, ever regretted buying this house.
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? So if I buy a house,
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to feel about doubling your workload on top of like your?
We make do. You're my friend. If I need to help you, I'm going to help you out. I barely get any sleep now anyway.
I'm going to be like, Tommy, I need to do this project, and you're going to show up, and I'm going to be like,
Yeah, handy homo to the rescue.
hi, I'm here with my flip flops and a fucking Truly.
And I will have a paddleboard, and I will spank you into.
That got weird. That
Yeah.
got weird.
No, I'm gonna spank you and say you need to help. This is your house, so lift up a brick.
That's why I want it to
Yeah.
be turnkey.
You're gonna have to become a handy homo.
But here's the thing: no matter how turnkey a property is, it is never to your liking, and you're never satisfied.
Yeah.
At least if you're like me, I'm never satisfied. I always have 20 things going on. I'm always doing a project. I'm always doing something.
yeah,
It's
I know.
just-
I hear about them.
Yeah, I know. You see them too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's just ongoing. And you reap the benefits, right?
Like Tom, my garden.
Pandemic, patio. Pandemic, gazebo. Oh my God, we hung out. Oh my God, we did a cookout.
Stamped concrete.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fabulous.
But yeah, so.
But anyway, we were talking about you.
But yeah, no. So other than that, I might try to find some time to go down to Florida. My sister just had her baby.
Oh, well, that's lovely.
Congrats.
I'll
So
go
I went-
again. Congrats.
Oh my God, I went from having 2 nieces and 2 nephews to 4 nieces
That's a lot of girls.
and 3 nephews.
That's a lot of girls.
Yeah,
That's 7.
That's a lot of babies.
and that doesn't include Merrick, who passed away.
And they're
Yeah.
not even like past the age of 4 yet.
No, Demi is like 3 in a couple months, and then Daly is 1 in a month. I think 1 in 2 months. And then you got all these like spawns. Like, we got the MAGA twins, and I haven't figured out what we're calling.
Let's not.
Grayson.
Grayson?
Oh, well, that's a beautiful name. I
Grayson
love it.
Ford. I love the
Yeah.
name. Yeah.
I like the name.
Yeah. What's the last name?
No, it's Grayson Ford Bussett Hicks.
Oh, love it.
Why Ford?
That's amazing.
Because Ford is his...
Where he was conceived?
No, Ford is his father's last name.
Gotcha.
It's
I'm being an
complicated
ass.
with that.
Yeah. Ford.
Ford. Okay.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe
Ford truck.
Fixer repair daily.
Yeah.
maybe Grayson will be a president.
Grayson
one day,
Ford
you know?
F-150.
I don't think he's going to be a president.
We never know.
You never know.
Well, you know,
I kind of know with this one.
silence.
Which isn't bad. I mean,
No,
I have no
no.
problem saying, Grayson has Down syndrome. It's something that my family has never had to deal with before.
Right.
He has a very mild case of it. He is in really good health.
Which is wonderful.
So he'll be functional.
Yeah.
He'll be very functional. That's,
Yeah, he'll be highly functional, and he's definitely a fighter. He's still in the NICU, but he should be getting out in the next week. He's not on any, he's not on any feeding tubes anymore or anything like that. And he's adorable as fuck. And
cute.
I'm thrilled to welcome him to our family.
That's amazing.
Hey,
well, congratulations again.
Yeah, when the twins were born, my grandsons, they were 1 pound and 10 ounces and 1 pound and 11 ounces.
Wow.
They were
tiny.
yeah, they were
Fit them in your hands.
premature. Yeah, they were premature. Like their palms could barely cover my pinky.
Holy shit.
Like
Yeah.
it was a
That's
challenge.
super
Yeah,
preemie.
yeah. They had a lot of challenges, and initially the doctors was like, "Well, maybe
Yeah.
And they have slight learning disabilities, but
You know what's interesting to me?
it's insane when they tell you they're gonna have difficulties. They're gonna have these kids are like super fucking bright.
Oh, I know.
They're smart as shit.
What's interesting to me is so one of our donors, her daughter has Downs, and she is like the light of the donor suite. Whenever she's there, she hugs everybody. Everybody loves her. Like, she's such a sweetheart. But when I found out about Grayson, I started clocking more. All of the
You pay more attention.
all
yeah.
of the people. There are so many people that work at the Schubert, the front of house side, that have Downs. And this
Right.
weekend, I met 3 of them, and they're such lovely humans, and they were so fun to be around and so fun to talk to, and they try so hard to get everything right. And honestly, I think he's going to be a blessing to our family.
Absolutely.
I think so because it'll also bring a different perspective, right? Often in this world that we live in, it is not until you are faced with the very challenges of what we perceive normal people, if we want to consider ourselves normal, given everything that's happening.
Call yourself normal.
We tend to think that those are challenges, but in reality, they're gifts.
Well, it's the same thing. Like I don't necessarily want to equate it to this, but like it's the same thing with being gay or bi or trans or whatnot. Until it affects you personally. So
Right.
like until it affected my family personally,
Yeah, there was really no looking into it.
there was no looking into it. There was no
Yeah.
learning about it. There was
Yeah.
was bias against it. Right there.
Right.
it's interesting that as a human race, that it takes
Out of sight, out of mind.
yeah, it takes something actually affecting you, no matter what the situation is, to actually like do
Look
something
into
about
it,
learn about it.
Yeah, that's because that's when you feel like, okay, I need to figure out where we're headed with this, right? How are things going to be?
Right.
And you really can't tell. I mean, he's still an infant, you know. I think once he gets a little older and he's more cognitive and he's talking more, you'll see where he stands as far as his development, and you know how to work with it. I mean, it's part of life.
Yeah.
You have to give it time. You just don't know.
Yeah, and a lot of times you also got to remember, especially with individuals that have learning disabilities, they just want to be treated normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Like my grandkids, I don't give a shit. I talk to them like I talk to all my other grandkids.
Did I ever tell the story about
So
the story about the family that's a donor that comes into the suite? They're new donors, and their son, who loves the arts, is on the spectrum.
No.
Okay, so I never.
I don't know if you have. I don't know. Maybe if we hear it.
Well, when you said, they just want to be treated as human, or like,
regular old people. Yeah.
So they come into the suite, and I greet pretty much everybody, right? I greet everybody. I say hi, I check in, and all of that stuff, including their son. But he was behind his father. So I shook his dad's hand and said hi and started talking to his dad first. Whoa, bad choice.
Yeah.
Bad choice.
She got up in your face quick.
Literally, their son started calling me a fucking piece of shit and like swearing at me. And like I tried everything. I gave him like a signed program, some swag and everything. It did not help. Wouldn't come into the suite for the rest of the year. And like, that's something like that was a learning moment for me, right? I had no idea. Of course, I was going to say hi to him. I've talked to him several times. Like, we've had full out conversations, right? And so I was just like, oh, wow. At first, I had no idea what I did. You know what I mean? Like, the father had to come and, like, he came over, he apologized. And I was like, you don't need to apologize. I was like, I just want to know, like, what exactly triggered that? And he was like, well, he felt like you didn't acknowledge him when he walked into the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. And I don't know what to do about that. And, I called him the next week and I followed up with him to make sure everything was okay. He's like, yeah, everything's fine. But to be fair, they had not come into the suite for the entire season from that moment on. I saw them this past weekend, but their son wasn't with them. And they were thrilled to see me, so happy to see me. They're going to continue to donate and subscribe and all that stuff. But I'm like, I don't know if this kid's ever going to forgive me for this moment.
Yeah.
You just never know. There are things I can't forgive you for, but that's near hearsay. But
But
what did I do to you, bitch?
So I can totally relate to this person.
All right, give me one example and don't talk about New York.
Good night, everybody. Good night. No.
The show's now become grievances of Nick.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, she's a skinny bitch now, so we got to take advantage of the fact that her self-esteem is high.
No.
I mean, she's not invisible yet, but
she's working toward it.
She's working toward it.
Bitch, that's called dead.
Honey, to be invisible, yeah, you've got to be. No, but I'm happy for your sister. I'm happy for your family. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
no more kids, please.
And I hope you can reconcile with this poor boy that it's just, he hates you now.
No.
Yeah.
I really fucking hates me. Really
it happens,
hates me.
and sometimes it just takes a small gesture to bring them around, which is sometimes minimal stuff. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge, and my grandkids, the twins, they're always, Grandpa, you're crazy. Because I talk to them like I talk to all the other kids.
But you are crazy though.
Yeah,
They're not wrong.
They're not wrong.
Yeah.
And I get on them. They go into a room, they turn on the lights. Everywhere they go, they leave all the lights on. So that's my challenge with them, especially at my house.
I feel like that's a challenge
So,
for everybody.
Yeah.
Though. Like,
so I treat them like everybody. I'm like, I'm like, you fuckers left the fucking lights on, Grandpa. What's wrong with you? I'm like, yeah, go turn the damn lights off.
It's funny.
Yeah. So they start laughing at me and they're like, you're nuts, Grandpa. And I'm like, hey.
You don't pay the fucking bills.
Yeah, you don't pay. Yeah, that's exactly how I
Seriously.
talk to. You don't pay the damn bills. I'm gonna start charging your mama rent.
Yeah.
And they,
Lord have mercy.
you try it, Grandpa. She's gonna fight you. So, it is. It is
They
what it
own
is.
the house. You
yeah,
do not.
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They don't.
Lord
They
have
as soon as I
mercy.
tell them, they go into the next room and turn on the light. They don't give a shit. So,
You should just
fun.
start. You should get what Tom has and just turn everything off whenever they're in a room.
I need
like
to start.
seriously.
Yeah, I have a few of the TVs and stuff at home.
It's either that or like, so I have the Eero is this mesh network thing. I can literally turn off devices.
Yeah.
It's like
Like
what is that thing for Terminator? The Sky Network.
Yeah.
yeah. So
like
it's a
yeah.
mesh network, but any device that's connected, I can actually pause.
Yeah.
So whenever somebody connects, and I know, like for example, Nick arrived earlier, and it says Nick's phone because I've already tagged it as Nick's phone, right? So I know that Nick is here because he connected to the Wi-Fi.
Bitch, your camera tells me it like recognizes my face.
Yeah, it does.
Nick lost 4 more pounds.
Yeah.
She's not mad.
Skinny bitch in the backyard.
So today's what do you call those? Alert was, is that Nick?
Yeah.
Like it didn't know.
That's a lie.
I was like, I had to. Yeah, that's Nick. It's like someone spotted in the patio. Is this Nick? And I'm like, yeah, it is. I can't show you because
Oh,
unfortunately,
thanks, cameras.
yeah, see.
Thanks, surveillance.
So anyway, so
That's the
if you
nicest
ha-
compliment anyone's given me.
Even though it's AI generated. No.
I think AI has a more favorable
Outcome.
view of you than most people.
That's probably not true. I mean, that probably is true. Also, is the internet frozen?
No,
Well, it looks like the screen is frozen, but
I have
there we
to.
go.
Oh God. Let me see. There you go. Anyway, so what I was trying, I want to just quickly go back to the conversation we were having about people and experiences and not knowing what to, how to deal with things until you're faced with them, right? It is normal human nature. And I firmly believe this, and I've said this since I was very young, that as humans, it is in our disposition by nature to ridicule things we don't know, right? When you don't know about gay people, when you don't know about trans people, when you don't know about people with Down syndrome or people that are on the spectrum, you tend to sort of kind of form an opinion without being informed, right? Yep. And you start making jokes, cracking jokes, or, we ridicule things we don't understand. And it's not only until someone takes the time to educate you and tell you, hey, this is the reason why, for example, that we really don't take a step back and say, oh, wow, man, was I wrong?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
in Nick's words, 100%.
100%.
I have been better about that. Thank you.
I haven't heard you say that in quite a while.
Yeah.
I clocked it. I've worked it out of my vocab.
Vocab.
Okay, well, I'm proud of you.
100%.
Anyways, so we can do one of two things. We can take a break or we can continue and go straight through. Up to you guys.
Let's raw dog it straight through.
Oh, God.
She nasty.
She nasty. All right.
I want wings.
So we had a lot of things that happened over the course of the last week. As we all know, Dump tried to, get the taxpayers to celebrate his birthday.
No, we did.
$75 million later, we did.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is that, in the midst of his birthday, the country decided to give him a big birthday gift and said, hashtag no King's protest.
No King's Day.
We haven't had a king since 1776, and you're not going to be the first.
Hey, headlines are Trump's military birthday parade was a gross failure.
Yeah, and so for me, it's like
I wonder what his fucking secretary is. What the fuck is press secretary is saying about it?
oh god, she's probably
they had a huge
the Bondi
turnout.
girl, Pat Bondi, whatever her name is.
He's
Pam.
got the highest ratings ever. Like, what the fuck did she say? His rating is higher than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Maybe for him.
Yep.
Yeah, all I have to say is this: it's for me, it saddens me because the intention, or what should have been the intention of that parade, is to celebrate the birthday of
the
military, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's the
250th
birthday of the Army,
Yes.
right? And so, and it saddens me because you can see this North Korea type of presentation with tanks and God knows what not that absolutely decimates the streets of DC. They now have to be reconstructed and fixed. But you can tell, you can see in their face, you can see in their demeanor. Yes.
Yeah, the tanks destroy the roadways.
They weigh tons and tons of pounds that the DC streets were not made to carry. And so part of this budget had a significant amount of money, almost $20 million, to repair streets once they were done with this parade.
Wow.
Yes. So what saddens me is that, you know what? I'm not.
We're forking the bill for that nonsense.
I'm not anti-military. I'm all about supporting our troops. The troops go out there and do the work to keep this country free, to keep this country safe, right? And allow us to have our freedoms that we so often go out and say that we deserve and that we have based on our constitutional democracy. And so I'm all for it. I'm all for celebrating our military, right? They're strong. We have the best military in the world. We are one of the richest. Well, actually, we are the richest country in the world. And, in some cases, we tend to be the envy of the world. I don't know, not so much nowadays, but we tend to be. And what bothered me about all of this is that he chose to do this for personal reasons, right?
It was an intimidation tactic for sure.
Of course. And, you could tell. I was watching footage of this, military parade, and you can tell that the demeanor was,
People didn't want to be there.
They did not want to be there.
Did you see the lady that fell asleep
No.
in the stands? There was one person, they said they fell asleep. There was another lady that they were showing a video. She was behind Trump, and she was picking her teeth with a little American flag that she had.
Right.
She literally, it was, it was insane.
What really makes
and a lot
me
of
sad
the major,
is
a lot of the major broadcasting channels didn't show the parade.
right. What really saddens me is that I really wish that they had a 300,000 plus, 400,000 plus turnout to celebrate the military, not him.
Yeah.
The military.
No, but those protests, man.
Yeah.
But they didn't, right? However, on the flip side of that, this No Kings protest, I mean, we are talking historic numbers.
Yeah.
Over 10 million Americans in 50 different states went out and protested. This show of force for this individual who thinks that he deserves to be venerated.
And how many people vote in an election annually?
So we are a country of close to 360 million people, and at least I would probably say 60% of that number votes. So in the last election, I think we had somewhere close to 180,000 people. Yeah, 180 million people vote.
Yeah, and I think there's close to 4 million individuals in the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, territories that do not vote.
Right.
What was crazy to me is when you look at like deep red states like Ohio, Idaho, the turnout
In their state
those
capitals
states
were insane.
Insane.
Well, we're going to start seeing changes. We're already seeing changes where, there's states that there's chairs and senators and governors that are already turning.
Right.
You
Not
know,
only
so-
turning, but there are also senators and state senators and representatives that are being threatened, and
Unfortunately.
and as of
What about
yesterday,
these murders? Yeah.
murdered for believing in the American way of life and believing in democracy and standing up against this tyrant, and it's scary, and. Not only is it scary for them, it's scary for the political environment in where we stand, but really trying to navigate where they're focusing their anger and their political machine on, right? The LGBTQ plus community, the trans community. You still see states standing by their decisions to ban books and to ban trans rights at the state level. And it's really, really getting scary because you have a psycho that literally went out in the state, if I'm not mistaken, it was Minnesota,
Yes.
murdered a husband and wife.
Yep. She was the wife was the legislator.
She was the legislator, and they targeted
Democratic
others.
legislator. Yeah.
Not only that they
had a
target others, he had a
manifesto,
manifesto. He had a list of people that included activists, that included other notable
45 other officials.
Yeah, it's insane.
And it also included anti-abortion.
Yeah.
Individuals, right?
Not
So,
anti-abortion.
pro-abortion
Pro-abortion
individuals.
And supposedly this guy was a minister of some sort, or
Imagine
claimed
that.
to be a minister.
Imagine that.
Oh,
So you
more
know,
deaths.
And it's scary because what's to stop someone from being a copycat, right? And saying, okay, well, you know what, we're spewing all this hate on the LGBTQ plus community. God forbid, what would stop someone in Connecticut from targeting LGBTQ plus centers?
Yep.
And what do we do to protect ourselves? Like, do we have a game plan? Are we ensuring that we have security measures in place to try to minimize or avoid having a situation like this? But it's scary. But the numbers were historic. And I have to give it up to California has really been the driver behind all of this. When you think about some of the things that were happening in LA, I know that initially this all started because of the raids that they were doing, the immigration raids, and trying to round up people and take them out of this country. But LA really was the driver for pushing against this whole, No Kings initiative that really kicked off this historic weekend. But San Francisco, man, they know how to do it.
Well, yeah, they're doing it.
They know how to do it. They all went out to this beach, and this is what they did. Boom. All of a sudden, you have an entire group of people congregate at a beach, and this is pretty much what they ended up doing. I'm hoping that I can show you guys. No kings. Humans.
Yeah.
Literally trying to spell out no kings with the American flag, obviously.
Well, they did spell it.
And they did, yes, with
But
a
you
big
see the
exclamation
American
point.
flag, right?
And it's upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Which means a country in turmoil.
Right. And I was like, holy shit. And this image has obviously circulated a lot of, different, platforms of news outlets all over the U.S., but it's impressive to see the American people pushing back. And one of the things that I noticed was a very stark difference between how we reacted during his first presidency and the second. And what was the first thing that happened immediately after the inauguration for his first term?
The Women's March?
The very next day.
Yep.
And it was historic on its own, but it was localized. It was DC. It was us going. We had the Pride March or the Equality March that we attended. But this time, it's even red states. You're seeing people
It's
go out
everywhere.
everywhere.
The New Haven Green had thousands
Yep,
of people.
yep.
It was full.
Which is
Yeah.
amazing.
And you know how the New Haven Green is. It has
Right.
the two sections, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Full.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's what we want to see. If you're not
Bridgeport had
happy,
a huge turnout as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
if you're not happy with the situation where we find ourselves, politically, that is our right to go out and peacefully protest.
Peacefully protest.
You know, and our Constitution dictates that that is our right to do that.
And I think we also, in this day and age, we have to, there's been many videos that have come about in a lot of these protests. LA, where they have captured even, police officials destroying their own cars.
Right.
To claim it was the protesters.
Right.
And you have to be vigilant.
Right.
Be vigilant. Be aware of your surroundings. See what's going on. Everybody's got a damn camera on their phone.
Right.
Record. I mean, it's a matter of safety.
Right.
Especially when we're out and about, showing our support for what we believe in.
And obviously, if you're going to go out into any of these events, understand your surroundings, have an exit plan because shit can go south very quickly.
Yep.
And, carry some water with you in a bag somewhere because when tear gas goes out, you need to rinse those eyes, girl, because I'm saying that shit, it's like cum in the eye, it burns.
Oh, my God.
It's the truth.
I don't know. I heard you just lick it off.
What?
And that's what I heard about you. I don't know. But anyhow.
Do you hear that?
Lick it off?
Sure. Okay. But
Moving
anyway,
on.
moving on. But anyway, hashtag no kings. We don't have
King's
one.
Day. No, we don't.
So Jaybird, what's up with you? What do you got on your end over there?
Did you see the video of him talking about how he wants rule and respect like they do in North Korea?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen here.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
So I mean, it's a shit show. You can't really say much about it. I mean, it's where he's trying to head. I think his presidency may be short-lived this term.
You saw that the general, the highest-ranking official in the military, come out and say what he said.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, after that turnout, they had no choice but to go out and face the facts. That we should have never done this.
Well, it wasn't even about that. He said, "You will not." You will not like use the military to your liking. Like this will not happen. I will not allow this to happen. Right. And if the military has to take actions against the executive branch, the military will in fact do that.
Right. And they have a lot of different tools and avenues. The judicial system, Congress can step in and say, "Hey, listen, we have the power of the purse. And you're taking funds that were already appropriated through budget reconciliation to fund."
But he wasn't necessarily talking about the parade. He was talking about using the military for immigration.
Yeah, for immigration and whatever he seems fit.
Right. Which is basically what he was trying to do in L.A., right? He was trying to say, okay, listen, our ICE agents need to do a job, and I need you to go deploy the National Guard and now the Marines to go take these protesters out of my way so I can get these people out of here.
Mm-hmm. Like, we're becoming...
It's scary.
It's really scary.
Yeah, it is. And, from our perspective, we're in the midst of Pride, right? We're celebrating Pride Month. Obviously, we celebrate Pride 365. We don't need a whole fucking month. We need the whole fucking year. And because that's how we do. And so...
the whole fucking year should be queer.
Exactly. Right. Rainbows and unicorns. I sent you a whole bunch of emojis, by the way. We'll talk a little bit about that right at the end. Something nice to end up on. So... what I say is, while we are...
I need to take that pen away from you. I feel very like you're so teacher right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like, well, this is my pointer, so I can switch my cameras.
Change stuff around.
So what I say is, we're in the midst of celebrating Pride events all over the U.S. right now. We have locally here, Providence, Rhode Island is coming up next weekend. And then, of course, obviously one of the bigger Pride celebrations that we have, aside from, World Pride, which occurred in D.C. last weekend, we have Pride in New York, right? Which is, where we believe historically it all started. And, when you go to these spaces, there's no doubt in my mind that there will be individuals that are set out into these crowds with the sole purpose of causing problems.
Havoc, yeah.
And stirring up emotions and getting people to react. And what I say to my fellow community people and members is to be vigilant of your surroundings and have an exit strategy. You know, when I'm in New York City, I make it a point to position myself in an area where I can barricade myself in a space, or put myself very
Get
nearby
the fuck out.
substations, like, you know, like subway stations, right? On Christopher Street, I
Yeah.
tend to hang around, and I like to stand around in the corners where the substations are. So if something goes south, you just go underground, you know, have an exit strategy. And if you're worried about, you know, how to get around in New York, just remember, you fuck vertically and you suck horizontal. So if you can remember that, you'll never get lost in New York City. Avenues go up, so you fuck, and then streets go sideways, east, west, you suck that way.
She knows her streets and
The way she remembers shit.
yeah, she does.
So, so yeah, just be careful, enjoy Pride, be prideful, be who you are. Don't be scared to, you know, be who you are, but also be very vigilant about things that are happening, because
Speak up.
This
Speak up.
president-
If you see something, say something.
of course,
Absolutely. And I think it's just a matter of awareness.
Of course.
Awareness and hypervigilance. Keep yourself safe. Keep your friends safe. And
I mean, that's a
have
big
a good time.
That's a big reason why I don't
Yeah.
really want to go to New York this year. I mean, I haven't gone in a couple years, but
Right.
like, it's just so polarized right now. Yeah, we should go. We should support, but at the same time, I'm like,
Yeah, but I think that's part of the gimmick. If they keep people from participating, crowds dwindle, and that's definitely noticeable. So I don't say don't go. I say if you go, just be aware of your area.
yeah.
That's all, and just you know,
your areola.
Yeah.
areola.
Yeah, just seriously.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just go out, have fun, and just be aware of what you're doing, and just have a good time, have a gay old time.
Have a gay old time, and
Gay old
happy
time.
Pride to everyone.
Happy Pride.
All right, so we've got a couple of more minutes before we wrap up, and
Moving on.
I would be remiss to not mention this.
then go for it.
So, about 4 days ago, and 9 years ago, we lost 49 people.
That's right. Actually, good. Thank you.
At the Pulse nightclub, and that was a huge moment for our show, and I think for us as individuals.
Yes.
But I think it's just necessary to lift that up and think about those 49 individuals that were targeted for being LGBTQ+. And I say that also because DeSantimonium addressed on the anniversary of the 9 years, but of course omitted any LGBTQ+ language from his remarks, which to me is a huge slap in the face.
Of course that is.
Because they were specifically targeted because of
Being gay. Or being members of our community.
or what the club represented. And so fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
100%.
I will also say that Rick's of note, U.S. Senator Rick Scott, a Republican who was Florida's governor at the time of the shooting, issued a statement remembering victims of the LGBTQ and Latino communities. It's been 9 years since the tragic attack at Pulse nightclub, where 49 innocent lives were taken in an act of terror targeting Orlando's LGBTQ and Hispanic communities. I still remember the days and weeks that followed, sitting with grieving families and loved ones, feeling the heartbreak and loss that was never fully healed. That horrible night was meant to spread fear and hatred, but instead it united Floridians. We came together to bring light through the darkness of the night, to support one another and to honor those taken from us too soon. Every year, we pause to commemorate the loss of life on June 12th, 2016, and remember ourselves to always stand against evil and hate that seeks to divide us. And I am so thankful for Rick Scott coming out and saying this, who, again, was a governor at the time of the shooting, because it shows true leadership and it shows true support, wherein the current governor won't even mention the fact that these were LGBTQ plus and Hispanic communities that were targeted.
Absolutely.
I hear that.
100%.
And I'm going to make room and space for that.
You can hate him all you want.
Thank you, Rick Scott, for those words. But they're empty words. Rick Scott was a Republican governor of the state of California, and during Donald Trump's first term, wasted no time in supporting someone who clearly had an agenda against our community. And I feel that, this time around, nothing has changed. He still supports this man politically, and we can see the turmoil that he's already been causing at state levels, removing funding, people banning books. This is all because of the rhetoric and the language that this one person who has polarized our political atmosphere since.
Yeah, but it really all started with DeSantis.
Yeah.
People, I'm not giving him permission. I am thanking him for his statement.
I thank him for it. I agree with you.
What I will say, though, is DeSantis, like we have always said, created this fucking blueprint, gave people permission. And I'm not saying that it's okay, but DeSantis was literally the spark that started a huge fire. And
Look at Minnesota.
Trump gave him
look at
him
Minnesota.
the power to do that.
Right.
Look at the Minnesota shooters. Same
Fucking thing.
Same fucking thing.
Right.
If you look at it, it's inspired by the rhetoric, by the hatred spewed by the people in power right now. And I think once they're taking out of power, and I think a lot of these people that support this dumpster fire that we call our current president, I think once he's gone and they start facing,
they're fucked.
Yeah, and they start facing
the reality,
and they start coming after them, I could guarantee 200%, 1,000%, they're gonna claim that they only did it because they were scared of what may happen if they went against the current asshole in charge.
Yeah, I agree.
I could tell you 120%.
I wholeheartedly believe.
I could tell you, 100%. I just want to see how Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to end up and how things are going to turn out for her.
I want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, she's going to be one of the ones that I'm going to enjoy seeing going down.
Honestly, I feel like if he does, I'm going to say when he does get impeached. Actually impeached and removed from office, we are going to see a waterfall in the Senate and the Congress.
Oh, absolutely.
All I can say is this. Jasmine Crockett, I love you, girl. She has been trolling Marge Taylor Greene for the past 6 months, and it is life to see. I mean, actually, before that, but now that she is the chairwoman of the Doge committee, meaning Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jasmine Crockett just gives me life. She truly does.
Absolutely.
But going back to Rick Scott, thank you for your comment. You're still a horrible human being.
Yeah, just because you say one thing doesn't
justify all the other bullshit you've done.
Like, I feel that there may be some sincerity behind those words, but it's only because now you're not in the political spectrum, right? Because you're not in the political power play of trying to run for office or trying to run for the governorship. Because I guarantee you, Trump being in office and him running for office, he would have to, and would have no choice but to not put out a statement like that, at least to that caliber.
Not if he wants to be part of this dictatorship,
right? Or be part of the game that this world we want feet. But Yes, thank you.
Fucking the Little Mermaid's like, I want to be a mermaid again. Fuck this shit.
I'm going
I want to
back.
be where the people are. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I want to see them riding.
No, we don't. Oh, but that's
Rose had
that.
sing around on those. What do you call them again? Oh yeah, feet.
It's exhausting. Go back to the water. Float around, girl. Anyway, so thank you. We do owe a very, very humongous amount of respect to those who lost their lives in club posts, and we remember them always. So,
Yep. Oh my god, it was. Oh, I forgot it was my friend's anniversary on the 8th. Whoops.
Happy anniversary.
Their wedding anniversary. So Britt got married the day before Pulse. No,
a few days before.
it was the day of Pulse because I woke
Day
up.
before.
No, it was the day of because I woke up the next morning and I found out.
That was that day, and then so she got married on the 11th.
No, she got married on the 8th, and it happened the night of the 9th.
The 12th. June 12th.
Was it 12th?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, 12th. So she got married on the 11th.
On the 11th, and then at 2:00 in the morning that happened.
Right.
So,
Technically, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry, Brett.
yeah, sorry. It's okay. So, speaking of things, one little reminder I want to just send out there in case you didn't know, Facebook has changed their
Algorithms again?
not their algorithms, but their retention policies for your data on Facebook. So if you have ever initiated a live, if you've ever posted videos on Facebook, and you thought that they would be there forever, therefore you deleted them from your phone, well, guess what? Facebook is giving you 30 days to go in and click on a link that allows you to actually download all of your videos that you've ever posted. If you want to save them, if you have videos from parents that may no longer be with us and you want to keep those, you have to download them. You have 30 days, and if not, you're going to lose all that content.
That's good to know.
So make sure that you go scroll through your Facebook, save all the videos you need to save.
Tom's PSA of the day.
Yes. Thank you. And that being said,
Moving
lastly, Trish, what did I do for you the other day?
You pricked me.
No, that's not
That was
what I'm
today.
talking about.
No.
What did I send you the other day? Did it make you happy?
Oh, the game emoji.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. So for all of you who have iPhone, there is this new feature that was made available through the last update. And it's called Gemmoji, right? So you put a description of anything that you want, and it creates an emoji for you with whatever you describe. So if you want an emoji with a hat, smoking a cigarette, with a rainbow flag, you type that in and it creates that for you. And so because we are so obsessed with gay animals on this show, I started typing in gay dolphins, gay rainbow, or penguins, gay rainbow. And so it just kept creating these, and I kept sending them to Trish, and he was like all for it. He was all in his emotions about it.
Oh, how sweet.
Yeah, so cute little thing.
GayKoalas.com.
Oh, we haven't. Oh, I didn't send you one for gay koalas. Thank you. I didn't think about that. So, but it's an option on your iPhone if you want to, play around with it. It's cool.
Yep. If you like to play with it down under.
Gay koalas.
Gay koalas.
Yeah. Make sure you feed it. Okay.
Oh my god, I love this one. I just did a penguin.
A penguin with
A penguin smoking a cigarette, but the smoke is rainbow.
Show me. That's cute. But show the camera.
Look at her go.
Oh my God, that's cute.
Is it not showing up in the camera?
Yeah, it
It's
is.
showing.
And then you can actually save that you can add it to your emoji keyboard. And then you can continue to use that same emoji over and over and over again.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool.
Way to go.
Jay, that's you with your babe.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, he's a penguin?
Yeah, he's a bi
Yeah,
penguin.
we got to do one for gay koalas. I want to see what it looks like. But anyway, that is all we have for this week's show. So I'm going to toss it over to my bitches so that we can go ahead and wrap it up. So Jaybird, I believe you are first. No, Trish.
Mama Kim's.
Oh.
All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1, this picture at Pride with his parents means the world to him. Number 2, Puerto Rico Supreme Court allows X-gender markers on birth certificate.
We did that last week.
Am I in the wrong one?
No, but we had it. We're going to do it again.
Okay.
Yeah. Hashtag repeat customer. Number 3, Happy Pride. Nick Offerman called a homophobic laser a dumb on X. I did that one too, didn't I?
Laser
what?
or loser?
Loser. I did that one too, didn't I?
No, I don't remember that one.
No, not that one.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, we have a whole bunch. Jaybird, over to you.
On this day in gay history, the year 1983, where? Italy. Italian film director Franco Zeffirelli.
Stop. Are you sure?
Italian film director.
We're on episode 429.
That's what I have. Comes out as an interview with The Advocate saying, I'm gay. This is the first time I've talked about this openly. I didn't like to talk about it, about my sexual inclinations. People are not special because they like one thing better than the other in bed.
Oh, wait. I was in the wrong.
I don't know. We're
Yeah.
the one that
we're
that
going
she
back.
sent us.
We're going back. Let me get my music again, please.
All right.
Can I get my music again?
Here we
Because
go.
I was in the wrong notes.
Go to 429.
I am.
All right, everybody. Here's the right Mama Kim's Minute. Number 1.
Here, Jack.
Hey, right wingers. You can try, but LGBTQ plus pride can't be canceled. Number 2. Jack Malone's Tony acceptance speech was a call for trans acceptance.
Yes.
Number 3. World Pride revelers
God.
find joy in defiance and political uncertainty.
All right. Jaybird.
All right.
Take 2.
I guess it's 2 times the charm. The year was 2011, where Geneva, the United Nations Human Rights Council, passes a declaration which for the first time condemns discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. The declaration also commissions a study of anti-gay discrimination around the world.
How's that going?
I don't recall doing the other one the previous one as well.
Yeah, we
either,
did that
but-
last episode. That's why I was just like, wait a minute, what is
did.
happening?
Yeah.
I was having deja
I
vu.
don't
all
know,
over.
Yeah,
but
what
I
the-
don't know why.
Yeah,
Because
we got the
episode
old one.
428 moved to the top of my list.
Yeah,
If you
mine
made a
too.
change to it, or if you touched it in any way, it moves up to the top of the list. We're having internal conversations about
Yeah.
what we do in the background
Yeah,
with all our
well.
notes and stuff. So
Anyway.
our apologies. Jaybird.
It's a shit show. Welcome. Alrighty, so we're moving on to announcements. If you love the show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service. By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as the episode is published. You can also support us on Patreon. With Patreon, you, our listeners, can help to support the show with a pledged donation. The donations are collected monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more.
Yes, queen.
Next week, we have no one.
That makes a fucking prize. Wait, really quick before we do this, I just want to mention there was a really, really, really cute piece done by
Really?
Connecticut NBC, I believe.
That's right. I saw it on
about
TV.
Our state treasurer and his husband,
Eric Russell
and they talked about pride community and all of that and what it means to them. It was a really cute piece, about 3-4 minute video. Totally check it out. We can put it on our post tonight. All that said, all right, everybody, get the Future Method and all
Why
of the
do I
products
even
today.
exist?
All products that are doctor developed can clean out without hurting your bum. You can take confidence anywhere with the anal powder packs, increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal glass dilation kit, and get all the information you need with Dr. G's book, But Seriously. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum accessory today.
So if you want to, like, for example, clean yourself out for your little glory hole experience, don't forget Future Method. Jaybird.
Method. All right, it's time to raw dog it because it's Pride Month and we ain't putting no rubbers or rings. Our show is available on our website, GayTalk20.com, under audio podcast. It is also available as a free download as It is also available as a free download on Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, and now on Spotify.
Yes, queen.
All right, you can find us on social media, Facebook, GayTalk 2.0, Instagram, GayTalk 2.0. You can email us at GayTalk 2.0 at GayTalk20.com. Tom?
Good night. No, I'm kidding. If you want to reach out to us, just head on over to our website. Click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web browser. There you can leave comments. You can suggest topics, submit a question for the cast or an individual host, or you can also call us and leave us any questions you might have on our voicemail. We can answer those for you on the show. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK, and if you need all of the digits, it is 334-429-8255. Ooh, I had to take a breath. Don't forget that we do stream live for all of our individuals who participate in our Patreon program, who get the link to the live version of the video show every Monday at 6 p.m. And ladies and gents, that is our show. Thank you, and y'all have a good night. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.